Tonight we had chicken pot pie. Starting off with my chicken, I'm using thighs today, and I'm just going to go ahead and clean and trim those up really well and then season them with everything you see on the screen. Then I went ahead and put those into the insert of my pressure cooker, and then I cooked those for about 40 minutes. Then I got all of my vegetables, and I have garlic, an onion, carrots, celery, potatoes, green peas, and parsley. And I gave everything a good wash. And then I used the fine dice for my onions, celery, and carrots. And then I used the larger dice for my potatoes. Once that was all chopped, I went ahead and smashed some garlic and then diced that up really fine, as well as the celery tops and some parsley. For the crust, I combined flour, sugar, and salt, and then I grated up some frozen butter, and then I added that in, mixed that in, added in some butter shortening, then I mixed that in as well and started adding in my ice water, slowly mixing that in just till it comes together. And once it looks like that, I went ahead and floured my work surface, turned the dough out, and I'm just going to push it together until it forms a rectangle. And I just covered that with plastic wrap and let that sit in the fridge, release the pressure from my chicken, and as you can see, it's super tender. Once it was cool enough to handle, I went ahead and just removed all of the skin and bones. And then I put those into the pot and filled it up with water, seasoned it with those same seasonings from earlier. And then I just stirred that around and put the lid on it. I let it simmer for about 30-40 minutes or so. And then I got a bowl with a strainer and I strained out all of the big pieces. And then I'm just left with the broth. Then I went ahead and added in some bacon fat and sauteed my carrots, onions, and celery. Then I added in the garlic and I added in the potatoes, mixed that around a little bit. Then I added in some flour and let that cook for a few minutes and made sure that that was well incorporated. Then I added in the broth slowly, and then I just cooked that until it was thickened. And I added in my frozen peas, and then I added in the chicken. Mixed that around and added in some of the celery tops and parsley. Then I went ahead and floured my work surface again and rolled out my pie crust until it was to the size that I needed it, and I cut it out, put it into the dish, and then I rolled out the top. And I went ahead and filled my crust with all of that filling, put the crust on top. Then I made sure to poke some holes to help it vent, and then I put it in the oven on 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. Halfway through, I brushed it with some garlic butter, and then it comes out golden brown and crispy, and there you have it. Hope you guys enjoy. If you try it, let me know.